What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to the second video I've posted up today. And this time rather, I'm reviewing the game Batman Arkham City, which is the sequel to Arkham Asylum, and this came out actually last year, and it pretty much expands on the events that happened after Arkham Asylum was shut down and expanded. But enough rambling about it, let's get into the game review. The story for Arkham City takes place 1 year after the events of Arkham Asylum. Since then, a section of Gotham has been transformed into a giant prison to better contain Gotham's criminals. At the beginning, Hugo Strange captures you and reveals that he knows your identity as Batman. You were then thrown into Arkham City, quickly suit up, and then soon after that you were forced by the Joker to look for a cure for his toxin poisoning, which is killing him and poisoning the citizens of Gotham City. While on the side, Hugo Strange continuously talks about something called Protocol 10 over the intercom. Throughout the game, you will have to face off against the better half of Batman's Rose Gallery while trying to solve the mystery as for exactly what is Protocol 10, and save a good number of cops and civilians of Gotham who have been thrown into Arkham City and are now, supposedly, are suffering the same fate as Bruce Wayne. The gameplay to Arkham City is completely identical to how it was in Arkham Asylum. It's just on a much bigger scale. The detail to Arkham City's vast layers is very impressive. Each section of town is different from others, including the different types of gang members you will have to face over the course of the game, depending on which villain you tend to visit next. The combat is just as smooth as ever, and you can easily punch, jump over, counter, or stun your enemies and chain up special attacks with badass looking takedowns to build up your combo and meter, which will allow you to gain more points, in which you can then upgrade Batman's gadgets, life capacity, or fighting techniques. The stealth element here works just as well as it did last time, but this time around you will run into enemies which are a lot smarter than those of Arkham Asylum. Although with a large collection of gadgets that Batman has at his disposal, it's not a matter of if you can take them down, but how do you want to take them down. The challenge rooms are back too, and there is now a much larger selection of different arenas that Batman can fight in, and it's much more difficult. It will for those hardcore gamers out there who love Batman, it will truly test out your reflexes and get a good idea of just what it takes to be Batman. And also, the sneaking also will require you to perform specific tasks in order to gain points which you can collect in order to achieve all of the goals in Riddler's Revenge. For those of you out there who aren't afraid to fork up a little extra cash, you can purchase a DLC for Catwoman, which adds contents to the main campaign story, along with a set of extra alternate costumes, which you can take into the main campaign or have a girls' night out into the challenge maps. There are also DLCs to play as Robin or Nightwing, along with another DLC for Robin, which is called Harley Quinn's Revenge, which also adds elements to the story and takes place a little bit after Arkham City. Now, I've already reviewed that, so I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out that review. Okay, now on to the flaws. Bottom line, the gameplay, the challenge maps, and the DLCs are superior to Arkham Asylum in just about every way. But the problem that I had mainly is that I felt Arkham City was a bit too big. It takes a long time to go anywhere, and even with your map, it's easy to get lost or even know where to go. Even with the marker, it's just really difficult. And the riddles, it's been about 9 months since I got this game, and I still have not gotten all the riddles. I've been trying to get my hands on a guidebook, and it just hasn't helped. And also, in terms of story, there's no definitive main villain. It's a mixture of several different characters. Now, as it was in Arkham Asylum, no matter what was going on, you knew, bottom line, Joker was your main threat. In this one, you're not sure if he really is your main threat. I mean, he's dying and he wants you to find the cure, but you have to constantly worry about Hugo's Protocol 10. And then you find out that he's really not running that whole thing, someone else is. So, I was like, and then once that whole plot line with Hugo Strange is done and you go right back to Joker, it just kind of ends on a somewhat anticlimactic ending. And yes, I know Joker's death was effective, but it's kind of one of those bittersweet endings. As for you know, as Batman, I'd be kind of happy that Joker is dead, because you know that if you just locked him away, he'd get out and just continue killing. So it's one of those endings that, although I love the Joker, seeing him die did not make me sad or upset me. And with that, here's my final score. Bottom line, if you're a comic book fan of DC or Marvel, you definitely need to check this out if you enjoyed Arkham Asylum as much as I did. So that is why I'm proud to give Arkham City, even with its significant flaws and just lost opportunity and potential, I'm going to give it a singular good score of 9.7 out of 10. A little bit different than usual, almost hits there, but those flaws really hurt it. If you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top to keep track of me and Batman Month. And please, join me next week when we hit the finale of Batman Month and of the greatest Batman trilogy of all time, when I will be reviewing Batman Begins on Wednesday, The Dark Knight on Thursday, and then Friday night, or Friday morning, because I'm going to the premiere, I will then put up my review of The Dark Knight Rises and give you my full feelings on how this trilogy has really changed the comic book world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.